UFC.
And this is Scuffle episode 3. Welcome back for a third episode. Exciting fights just happened. Actually, a weird night.
Yeah.
Weird night. Just some highs and lows, I guess. So we can just start going right into it because there's kind of a lot that happened. First, it was started off with Sean O'Malley
Ran through
Jose Quinones, just in seconds, just demolished him with some combinations, and it was TKO. They started hammer fisting him down to the ground, and he's been on a layoff because of this weird suspension with USADA.
Oh, that's right.
So he's been out for almost 2 years, and he was this hype train and everything. So it's cool that the UFC's still backing him and everything, and he came to win, and he's I think he was saying something. He's disappointed they couldn't show more skills. When you win.
Yeah, but I mean, live to fight another day kind of thing.
Yeah,
you're feeling.
He did say that too. He's you have to also appreciate that not going to war all the time,
breaking anything, not hurting.
It's one on his belt, but he didn't hurt anything for it. It didn't cost him anything. And then Beneil Dariush knocked out Drakkar Klose, which was a crazy knockout. I had Dariush winning that. I had O'Malley win the first fight, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, I had that. I had Dariush.
I had Dariush winning this fight. And he beat Drakkar Klose. He said something how why didn't you, they asked him why didn't you follow up? And he's once his eyes rolled back.
The slow motion replay too.
You see him and he's done. And it's cool of him to do that.
He's looking into the fighter's best interest.
Right. Well, he said that when he was fighting Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He was dude, that guy's a zombie. So he's I kept hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, and so he was still standing. The ref had to stop it.
Yeah,
because the guy was he's losing the fight, but they had to stop it. But this one's no, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
He's
he's just going down.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's crazy. That was a cool knockout.
Yeah.
Neil Magny won his fight.
Well, I had submission.
You had a submission? Yeah, I thought he was gonna win by submission.
Yeah, I had
too.
Submission.
I had a submission too. I thought he was gonna get him in the third or second round.
But, I mean, I called it still.
He still called the win. I mean, this one had. I mean, it wasn't that hard to call the winners.
Well, you didn't pick Magny.
I wanted to pick Magny. Last second, I just thought the reach was in the veteran Magny would beat the young up and comer.
And I wanted to switch at the last minute, thinking that this other dude, because he's won the last two, I think by knockout. That I was and then what is it? Magny hasn't fought for over a year.
Right.
So I was maybe he's gonna come in and get rocked. But I was gonna change it.
He did get rocked, didn't he?
No, first minute, he got hit hard.
Yeah.
So I was shit, I should have changed. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I got the pick.
Because anything can happen, and that was the one that got you over me on this one.
So I won.
The one
this.
By those points, by that one freaking pick.
On the Verdict
It's just
app.
crazy. Oh yes, on Verdict.
We're not sponsored by
Yeah, we're not. I know we always mention Verdict, but it's so
a good
cool.
app.
Oh, and actually, to throw it out there, they just recently said that we're the champions of their story, of the Verdict story. So if anybody wants to try and take that title,
right? Well,
don't try it because you
try to take it from me because this guy doesn't pick all the time. Correct? I'm just saying, dude. I fucking picked everybody correct, except maybe how they won was different.
Oh, we'll see. There'll be other cards. We'll see.
And I'll win those too.
Oh, right. We'll see. You got lucky. Neil Magny almost lost.
But he won.
Yeah, okay. So, that's true.
And then I won.
That's true. But we'll see. There'll be other cards.
Shout out to Verdict.
Yeah, seriously. It's a really fun app. Yeah. It's really super fun. But yeah, oh man. So let's bring up the fight of the decade. This is an epic fight. I feel
crazy,
if you saw these warriors fighting each other in ancient times, it would create some sort of myth.
Well, not even that.
It was just crazy.
Let's go to now. If this was your first fight,
oh my goodness,
and you saw this, you'd be like, "What the fuck? This is what's fighting. This is the fights that we're gonna watch."
Yeah,
you'd be in. You'd be
hooked for the rest of your life.
Because the whole time I was like, "Oh, this counter, that punch, this kick, that fucking." It was just. It was back and forth.
So it was Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and Joanna's been champion before. She's the queen of this division, and then Weili is the champion. and so they have this epic battle.
And I thought Weili was gonna take it with. I put second round knockout.
You put second. See, I put third.
But we were both very, very wrong.
We were both very wrong. But actually, we weren't. But one thing I knew was that we were going to have
a war,
like a battle.
But we thought it was going to be short.
A little shorter than it was. I didn't know if it was going to go championship rounds. I mean, that's the first time Weili's ever gone to championship rounds, and she showed that she could keep up the pace.
Yeah, and then Joanna showed
question marks.
that she still has fuel in the tank. Like, she's not done.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm not a fan of Joanna, but fucking crazy heart. And the craziest hematoma
I've ever seen in history of UFC.
What was it?
Ever.
American Dad?
The alien from it. It's crazy.
She looked like a little bit of a lot of things.
I thought it was possible that they were gonna stop it too.
Yeah. Dude. At one point, she fucking punched it dead on.
Punched it dead on, and it ripples.
Yeah.
It ripples. It's crazy. The fight was violent. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was super technical. The toughness of it. It was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my entire life. It gave me goosebumps. It was a masterpiece. These guys were martial artists in the very sense of the word.
There's no lie. He texted me that. I have goosebumps. And it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I almost cried.
Yeah.
I think he almost shit his pants at some point. There's a lot of different emotions and feelings.
Dude, it was just such a crazy performance. I mean, just for two people to go through that and to be so technical and so on point.
Your life has changed forever. Like after
just
that
crazy.
War,
it's so crazy. Like, they shared that moment. You know what I mean?
And they have mad respect for each other.
Man, like, that is, how do you not? I mean,
for sure,
they put their lives on the line, and
but it was a chess game.
Oh my goodness. And you had the technical queen versus the vicious, ferocious champion. Yeah. And man, we got a fight. Yeah.
And it could have gone either way.
Yeah, the dragon versus the tiger. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It could have gone either way.
Like
so
on the scorecard.
That's what I was gonna ask. So who did you have winning? Did you have Weili winning? I know you had her winning. After watching the fight, did you say the decision was correct?
I thought she won. But I was also ready to hear and knew, and I would have been like, okay.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with whatever because I know that they're gonna do a rematch either way. McGregor said it was the wrong answer. He tweeted out. He said it was the wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a wrong answer in a fight like that. I don't think so because
you can make arguments for both.
You can, exactly, and you just have to like stand up and clap.
Yeah, because Weili looked like she was winning. And you're like, oh, for sure, she's got it in the bag. But then all of a sudden, Joanna would come, and you're just like...
And then at the end, Weili started looking fresher. When in the middle, Joanna was oh, wow, she looks way fresh, and Weili's gassing out. No, and then in the later rounds, Weili, which is what a champion does. Like, that's a true champion. If you look at all champions somehow get extra. That's why they call them the championship rounds, because somehow champions get boosts in those championship rounds. You know what I mean? They just dig deep and they do it. You know what I mean? And she did that. She did the typical champion move, and I thought that was
both of them are champions because
they're both champions.
One ex-champion and one current. But
and I know not to be cheesy, but this is the ultimate fighting championship. I feel like if you're in the UFC, you are a champion. These guys are splitting hairs. Like any of these guys can win any given night. You know, that's why ladies, and that's why you gotta respect them just for going in the cage. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, definitely they were balls to the wall.
So I have an immediate rematch going on.
With who?
No. With you. No, but I feel like they're gonna do it. Why not? Yeah. Come on. Oh my god.
Even if one didn't want the money is there.
Is there. Come on.
Yeah, but I think they both are like, obviously Weili's like, I won, but I gotta make sure that I cement that it was a win.
Yeah, that it was a win. Yeah, and so who do you have winning the second fight?
I still have Weili.
You still have Weili?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she comes back and understands like, oh, okay, these are the things that
she adjusts.
She makes adjustments. I think she makes the better adjustments, and then she doesn't let it she doesn't play the game that she didn't want to play. I feel like she kind of went into, Joanna's like her
world.
Yeah, and
but she tried not to. But
yeah.
She tried not to. At some point, you see her trying to change it up. Right when you have to change it up, she tried to take her down. But Joanna's takedown defense is some of the best ever. Like in the UFC, man or female, female doesn't matter. She has like the best takedown defense.
Yeah, and I think
she couldn't take her down. She failed in every single attempt. She couldn't. Weili never took her down.
That's true. Yeah, but I think she makes the adjustment. It's not even about the takedowns. I think it's just the way she gauges or gets into that distance. Or she cuts the distance off.
I think she just becomes more technical.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think Joanna can become more technical.
No,
I think she was as technical as anyone can ever be against Weili. No, for anyone.
Oh, okay.
And so I think what I'm saying is I can't see a better Joanna.
Yeah.
Joanna, that's the best. I can see that Weili can make more adjustments and possibly
so you have her
better.
too then?
I would have Weili win it as well. So I would have Weili. I had Weili again. I didn't care about who didn't, but because I knew the rematch is something that they're gonna do right away.
Well, maybe not right away because her forehead is
huge. Man. Well, yeah, they might suspend for a little bit, right?
That's like a
6 month at least.
Oh Jesus!
At least.
That's like
because they do those, right?
Yeah.
They do the 6 month
I've heard
minimum.
Of 6 head. Or 5 head.
5 head.
You've never heard of a 5 head?
No, what's that?
I might have a 5 head. My wife says I have a 5 head. Yeah. And now she's gone. Now she, I got dark real fast. No, but hers was like 3D. Hers was like just pulsating.
It's
fucking
crazy.
disgusting.
She didn't look recognizable.
Yeah, like she
did not look like herself.
And
it was really crazy.
I'm sounding like a dick, but it was just like, who's this creature?
Well, it's just it's crazy. It was what I didn't like is like she's doing the post fight interview and she was like, you could tell she was like she was trying to do it, but she was trying to cover her face, No, Joe Rogan had to tell her like, dude, no one cares about that. Like, who cares?
As he was looking at her forehead.
As he was looking,
down here.
The only thing that I was thinking was like, oh man, like now you're gonna be part of the memes.
The memes. You are now a memes.
You're now a memes.
Dude, I saw a lot of memes.
So many memes. Yeah. I knew it too. I was like, oh dang.
Mas memes.
As soon as the fight happened, when I saw that, I was like, oh man.
I was like,
memes.
I was trying to get one out before anybody else. But my phone's too slow.
Because it has to. Yeah,
no, but I mean, I would if I was her, I would be in the same fucking like covering my head and fucking pretending. I would probably wear a hat.
No, what's crazy is they can walk off. They can just walk away.
Yeah, but you want to be there.
No, of course you want to take it. You just put in all that work.
I would
you want to say something.
Yeah. I would have a bandage wrap.
Yeah, a bandana.
Yeah,
a wig,
a big fucking like 10-gallon hat.
A wig.
Like what's with the hat? I just like wearing it. There's nothing wrong with my forehead.
With the water.
Yeah.
The water.
My forehead is just fine.
No, I don't know.
Dude,
it was a crazy fight.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it somehow. I mean, it's fucking awesome.
And
as a fight fan, that's what you want.
You have to watch these fights, because, and you gotta watch some of these live. You gotta keep your ear to some of these. Like that one, we knew was gonna be some sort of gangster battle like that,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy. It was savage. It was technical. It delivered. We just saw Dan Hooker and Paul Felder, right? Yeah. And then now this just freaking amped it up. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Which brings us to our
championship fight.
Main event. Second championship.
So that was a hard act to follow in any event.
Yeah.
But then we had Israel Adesanya,
which we thought was gonna be fireworks too. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna get crazy.
Yeah. I thought when I look back at it, like now in hindsight, obviously in hindsight, it's
you can predict the future now.
Yeah, no, but it's not that. But it kind of makes sense, right? We know Yoel is a slow starter, and because he's part of the because he's always fought this way. If you throw 2 punches, he throws 3. If you throw 7, he throws 8. If you throw 1, he throws 2. He doesn't ever do anything more than what he absolutely needs to win the fight. We know this, and then we know that Israel Adesanya is a counter fighter.
Yeah,
so
but
then
you have
the. Yeah, we have.
I've seen both of them put it on.
Exactly. So that's what I was gonna say.
I thought it was like someone things got to give.
Okay, so it's really bizarre fight.
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya against Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero is a 42-year-old beast of a person. He still looks like when he's 19. You know, when he won the gold medal for Cuba in wrestling. And he's fighting Israel Adesanya, who just put it on Gastelum and Robert Whittaker. Yeah, and it's just crazy. TKO'd Robert Whittaker. And now they have this fight where they literally don't do anything in the first round, basically.
40,
I think
40
they
minutes,
threw...
40 minutes. 40 seconds, it looked like they were... like.
Well, Yoel comes out and just stands still and just has his hands up by his face.
And at some point he shuffles his feet.
It's seriously, it looks like on Twitter, I think someone tweeted out and it looked hilarious. It looked like when your friends are trying to figure out the controls to a new game, a fighting game.
And you
just like the guy's feet move, but nothing else moves.
Yeah, you don't know how to throw a punch.
No, he literally does that. He's like, he just skips his feet and then like it's not moving.
And the other end, Izzy is like looking at him like, is that supposed to get me? I don't know what I'm doing.
So the fight goes on, and then it goes on in like really bizarre like that, and
there's one clean hit.
There's one clean hit early on that Yoel does in the first round.
And I thought he might have been out. I was like,
I thought,
fuck.
because he starts Israel starts blinking, and he starts like backing up, and he did get him. He got him. And
but he didn't follow up with
he didn't follow up with it, and Israel just started chopping at a leg. And initially at the end of the fight, I thought I had Yoel Romero winning the fight.
Nah, I didn't.
But when I go back and I rewatch it, and it does sound lame, like explaining how you won the fight. Like, look at his leg. The legs don't lie. Like, these sound lame when you're explaining it. Like, just take your win and go home. Like,
it's like, the leg was bad.
Yeah,
I've also seen worse legs.
I've seen worse legs.
With other people getting knocked out or beaten. Yeah?
Exactly. So I get it. Israel did what a champion needs to do. He saw an opponent. And he saw an opponent not engaging, so he picked him apart from the outside. And picked him apart. I say that lightly. He chopped his legs to win by points slightly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I mean,
like,
the innocent that's correct. Like it's a fight. It takes two people to fight. You know, so it's
but I don't like how they were. I don't like how they were putting it all on Yoel.
No, it's not all on him because Izzy didn't go forward.
Yeah, Israel keeps. They both do. Yoel's dumb too. Yoel keeps saying that. Oh man, he just ran. Well, you didn't really engage either.
Yeah.
You know, and then Israel like, oh, of course he's gonna say that I ran. Like, of course. Yeah, well, he
did. And Izzy said it best. He said, "I did what I had to win,"
which is fine. Yeah, fine. It's okay. I'm not.
It's low hanging fruit.
I'm not. It's low. It's not only low hanging fruit.
It's literally low kicks.
It's that okay, Izzy, like you're such a predictor and you're such a like all that mess that you were talking. That's fine if you're a champion that way. It's the same thing with Woodley. When Tyrone Woodley was champion, if you win the way that you are, don't be ashamed of it. You won that way. Yeah. So which one is it? Are you ashamed or are you not? But before the fight, you're talking all this mess that you're gonna come and like, I'm coming for blood. I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna put him to sleep. I'm gonna touch him up.
And then
you don't. And which is okay because you want to keep the fight. You're not gonna win it for some drunk guys in a bar. I get it. You're right. You know, you don't owe them anything to like get them a bloodbath. But you said, not them. You said.
Yeah.
You said, and then they're able to be like, hey. You said this thing, and then
Shut
now
up,
you're not.
Guy.
Yeah, and then,
you don't know what it's like.
Exactly, like they're just pointing out what you said.
Yeah,
yes, they may be the drunk guy, but you said you were gonna do that, and then you didn't.
Of talking a big game.
Exactly, exactly.
And it's cool because like if it's one of those like live by the sword, die by the sword.
Right.
If you call it, like when Mystic Mac. You know, when he calls a fight and you're like, oh shit, he knocked that dude out in the second round. He called it. But then when it goes into the fourth or it goes by decision, he's like, yeah. But the thing about Conor, at least, he says, hey man, I tried to get it done in this round, or I said I was going to knock him in this round, and I just didn't get it done. That I can get behind that.
Or even this, he's honest. So even this win against Cerrone, he was honest. He's like, I'm not all there.
Yeah.
I didn't show all my skills. Sure, I won, but like, this wasn't it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Versus saying, oh, he got mad at a fan. Izzy got mad at a fan because he said Whittaker went with Romero for 10 rounds. And then Izzy's response was, 10 rounds, that's too many.
I don't need
you only need 4, 3, 2, 1.
Exactly.
And then it was like, you needed 5.
Well, you didn't do anything, dude.
And I mean, the leg was ugly.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Like, that first round.
Oh,
really? Come on, man. That first round, you didn't do anything either. And at first, I was down with what Yoel was doing because I got it. I was like, oh, you're trying to make a statement. You're trying to say that he doesn't fight. I get it.
If that's what he was trying to make.
No, right. But even if I say that,
at some point,
you made your statement.
Yeah, and
now, and what about you now?
Yeah.
Now
and that's the crazy part, because dude,
you know,
the times that he tried to like rush him, you're like, dude, this fool's explosive.
Yeah, he's explosive.
So then it's like you understand too that he gasses, right? And so you're like, okay, maybe he wants to conserve, but if most of your rounds are just conserving, there's only 5 rounds.
Right.
You're not going to be like, oh, I conserved, now we're going into overtime. Like,
so as much as you want to argue for Yoel, the 5th round existed.
Yeah.
Like, and you're 42.
Yeah. And the first round existed. Yeah. Where you did rush him.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know?
So there's points of reference that you're capable of hitting him. Yeah. And then in the 5th round, like, this is the 5th round.
Yeah, you don't put it on.
And
the last 20 seconds, you don't try to go for something crazy.
So even if like let's say we're fighting, you know, even if you're like a lame fighter, I'm gonna let you win and then later say, oh, you're a lame fighter. No, like, okay, I accept you're a lame fighter. Yeah. Now I have to like, okay, you're a lame fighter. You gotta do something eventually. Like, even if we agree with Yoel, okay, he runs. Yeah. Okay, so go get him. Yeah, go get him. You're the one without the belt. Yeah. Like, I get he's being lame, and I agree with that. I think Israel's a lame. Like, that was a lame performance. As much as we
for both of them,
that was not a good performance. No. It was not.
But that's the thing, like you have to. At what point are you gonna be like, well, I'm down, or maybe I'm not down. I don't know, but I should probably do something about it. Yeah. You know, like, and that's the thing. Like, you don't know if you're winning. Yeah, because that could have been scored somewhat, like, you know, either way. Right?
Yeah, you don't. And he acts like he knew. Yeah. Yeah, you knew at the end, like kind of at the end when you know that it's with these judges. You really, you're certain know that they're gonna go with you. Yeah. Really,
you have to know, like, well, my leg's been kicked a lot.
Yoel.
I only hit him a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, he's backing up.
Leaving it up.
But he's the champ. Like, you still got to do something, you know. And I don't understand. But again, I'm not a fighter, right? But at the same time, when Cormier and Rogan are saying, like, this was odd. This is weird. Yeah. Like, why didn't he use his wrestling? You know, like, when the analysts and fighters are saying, I don't get it, then that reassures me, who's not a fighter or an analyst, you know, says like, oh, I do get it. I understand, just like they don't understand, you know, like it doesn't make sense as a fan.
Oh, I see.
I'm watching, I'm watching the same thing they're watching, and we're coming to the same conclusion.
That is confusing.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck is going on?
What's happening? You don't have to be an expert to understand that this is not what's normal.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to hit the guy.
And especially when you get a standing ovation from the previous fight. You know what I mean? Like, we get the girls and they put on a show, like a magnificent work of art.
Because of that it saved this card.
It saved
not
this
card.
Not
to say that these other fighters didn't do their job.
No, there were some other knockouts. I mean, there were some other knockouts did their job.
Here. But in terms of like... of keeping the momentum. I think there was so much momentum for the co-main event that even this main event wasn't the best. Right. You're like, main event kind of sucked. But dude, that one fight, you know? Like, you're still on that hype.
Because I do think Israel did do what a champion needs to do. I'm not taking that away from him.
Yeah, he just didn't look like a killer.
He just didn't look like the killer that he was saying that he was going to be. Yeah. That's all.
I'm hoping this is him at his worst day.
Yeah, that's it. And he did say that though. Yeah. He did. He's like he keeps going like back and forth. He won't say it's bad, but he says like it's his least. He's like, I'm not in any boring fights. Go look at my fights. And then, go look at my resume. Like, this is just one. This is one. Like, it's like, give me the one.
Trust me.
Yeah. Basically, I don't like that. And
like Jay-Z said, we don't believe you. You need more people. Yeah, like, that's such a dope fucking line. But I mean, still Izzy fan.
I'm still a fan too. I just think like he's a little forced sometimes. I know people say he's like really good on the mic. I agree, but sometimes I feel it's a little forced. Like,
but I mean, I think
his like coolness.
I think this one was forced only because he didn't have a lot to really
go off of.
You know. But I think for the most part, he's funny. He does his his anime stuff.
Well, his come outs
Yeah.
have both been really good.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna do something, but he couldn't do something as good as the last. I mean, not as good, but as big.
Yeah.
You know, because the last one
Yeah.
where he did some breakdancing,
Yeah,
did the Naruto thing with his homies,
Yeah.
and they all do the dance. It was really really cool. And so this one he didn't want to like kind of copy or do that, and it was really interesting. He came out with like the Flower Girls.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and that was still like a thing, but not this big
show. It was cool.
It was cool. Yes. So I thought that was really cool. He is clever like that. You know, he's calculated. I think he has Paulo Costa next.
I think he knocks out Paulo Costa.
Well, because Costa is going to only move forward.
Yeah, and he's gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
And get fucking rocked.
So one thing I was saying
it can still go either way on that one.
It was funny because I kept saying that oh man, there's this Dominic Cruz, one of the greatest analyst minds of MMA in history. You know, if you watch him, he was saying that Israel does this thing where he pivots on his lead foot and he pivots and he lets instead of like backing up with the fighter that's pressing you, he backs up a little bit and then he'll pivot and then the fighter goes right into a pocket where he starts throwing at him. And so I kept saying like, oh man, we gotta watch out for when Yoel is explosive, and then he just pivots because Dominic Cruz is rarely wrong. But that only works if someone's going forward, then he can turn. So he wasn't able to do all of his counter fight tricks, you know. And you know,
you have to have someone to throw at you.
I just think it's both of them. I think it's both of them.
It's a bad matchup.
I think it's both of them, but Yoel, dude, like, who cares? Like, you're the one that doesn't have the item. He doesn't have, like, if you know what I mean? If we're fighting for that.
It might be the last attempt.
Yeah, they keep saying it's his last, but it's like, dude, he still fought fairly well against Izzy.
But so the thing is, it's like, he has to, because Dana was saying, like, this performance is like, why would I ever want to give you another fucking shot?
Title shot.
It's like you have to, and he said if it's the next fight he has, fucking explosive, and it's the fucking Romero that we know, okay, then we're back in you getting into that, you know, that spot. But
and one thing I thought,
fucking do something. And
one thing I thought was really weird about Yoel is that he, like, I hate when fighters do this, where they're so like lackluster the whole fight, and then the last 10 seconds of not the rounds. But the last 10 seconds of the whole fight, 25 minutes you've been in there to destroy this guy that you really want to destroy. You haven't done anything. And then the last 10 seconds comes and you start rushing like there's no tomorrow and you start acting like you want to fight. And then they call the bell and then you get in his face. But the bell is called. Why are you getting in his face?
You knew that was over. Yeah, I thought you were going to say where they're like, the fans wanted a war, blah, blah. And it's like, you didn't do your job. Yeah. You're trying to point to like what the fans like. You're making the fans think about why they paid the money.
Right.
And they're like, that is right. I did want to fight. Yeah, I'm down with that guy. Yeah. You know, but the fight is over. If you were down with him, clearly he wasn't down with you.
He wasn't down with you. He didn't do it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm thinking about both of them. I keep saying both of them like, no, you didn't fight. No, you didn't fight. It'd be like but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the only thing where it's like, two things. That for Yoel. Yeah. It's like, well, that guy has, like if that's the cup we're fighting for, you know, I want the cup. And if you're kind of weird about the way and you win, but you still win within the allotted rules, but I'm like, oh, well, you won in a cheap way. Yeah, but you still won and you still have the cup. And I'm like, ah, shit.
That's what I'm saying. One still has what he came here with.
Yeah, exactly. So I can point to how you won in a weird way and you said you were going to win in a cool way. Yeah. You said you were going to win in a cool way. What's this? You won like this? That's not a way. That's not how you win belts, dude. Yeah. At some point, you have to be like, okay, he's a weird fight. He's not doing what he said. Yeah. He's not this like mystic Mac guy. He's not. Okay, you acknowledge that. So now go fight him. Now go get that cup. Go get the belt. But he didn't. It's crazy. It's wild. It's so bad. And so I don't know. Now we have the Costa fight.
I'm excited for that one.
I think Israel wins probably.
I think he knocks him out.
Yeah, it'll be a little more exciting, I think. But Costa really believes he can win. I think, especially after this too.
But I didn't feel he beat Romero, so that's why.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But that fight was more of a Yoel that was coming forward.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Izzy, I think he'll have more.
It's on a different level. You think? Yeah,
he's more tactical, and this was gonna throw wild haymakers, and this dude's gonna be like, hey. Boom.
Well, because I think those guys like Yoel, Robert Whitaker, Costa, I think those guys are all on the same level, and then Izzy's just a little bit on a different level. You know, I agree. I think Izzy takes that.
And what do we got coming up?
We got coming up is UFC Fight Night 170. And so for that, we have on the lower fights, like the earlier fights, we have Johnny Walker coming back after yes,
after landing on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's like really messing himself up.
I think he wins that.
No, after he got knocked out by Corey Anderson.
Right.
He got knocked out by Corey Anderson.
So never mind.
Because people were trying to hype him up, you know, because he has this personality, he has this like look, this way of fighting, you know, and so then he.
Yeah, who's he fighting?
He's fighting Krylov. He's gonna beat him. He's gonna knock him out. He's gonna knock him out. So you're going John? I got Johnny Walker knockout.
Johnny Walker.
I got Johnny Walker knockout. I think he does it. I think he comes back. I think he after that Anderson.
Getting
knocked out. Oh, you're saying it might change him?
That's why I don't know. I gotta see more on the other dude to see really what he's about before I can make my for sure pick. I thought Johnny Walker, but I don't know. I totally forgot that he got knocked out.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, I was thinking he was just coming off of a layaway.
No, Corey Anderson really put it to him.
Yeah.
And then Corey Anderson gets freaking KO'd by Jan Blachowicz, who's gonna fight John Jones. Maybe. Yeah. Or Dominic Reyes is gonna fight John. You know.
And then what else we got?
We got Damian Maia, the greatest grappler probably, jiu-jitsu artist in MMA or UFC history probably. He's fighting Gilbert Burns.
Okay.
I think Maia wins that.
Yeah, Maia.
I think he takes him down and
just holds him there.
Yeah, and just it's over. Him. I think that's pretty easy. But the main event of that fight is Kevin Lee coming off of that knockout with Gregor Gillespie, and he's gonna be fighting Charles Oliveira. And
I think he knocks him out in the second.
I think he knocks him out in the third.
That's fine. Don't change it now. It's already on record. The third. I'm saying 2.
We'll see. I might change my mind.
Jeez.
I might change my mind. I always do it to the last second. That's what I'm saying about the Neil Magny. I was like, I always change at the last second, and I didn't get my last look. I look at everyone's pick. I go like everybody. I look at all kinds of picks. I look at all kinds of odds, all kinds of picks.
That's odd.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's odd. You're odd. But yeah, no. So I think Kevin Lee does it though. I think he does it probably.
He has also. I mean, he has the tools, but he also has that fucking crazy knockout behind him. So I think he's going with that momentum.
Well, Charles can submit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to the ground.
I don't think so either. And Kevin's been training with GSP and those guys. Faraz Zahabi, I think this is the name of Faraz or something like that. But they all do TriStar Gym in Montreal. But yeah, he made a coach.
His name was training with GSP Woodley.
Woodley was? Man, no way.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is something to watch out for, but I definitely think Kevin Lee is coming for blood because he keeps asking for these young up-and-coming monsters.
Balls to the wall attitudes,
Yeah, he just keeps if someone says that guy's an up-and-coming beast, he's like, I want that guy. Yeah. Oh, he's undefeated. Oh, he's on he's knocking everyone out. I want to fight him.
That's good.
That's really
crazy.
That's
a good way to put your name.
It's a good way to do it. Like just start racking up those guys, you know. Because you know they're gonna be better, and it's like, I beat them once.
They're hungry,
you know, and you don't have to beat them later.
Right, I already beat you.
I beat him.
No rematch.
Right. So yeah, that's exciting.
But you know what the end of that whole thing is? That I'm gonna have good verdict picks again.
We'll see. We'll see.
So I
bet you I'm gonna take you. You won by like a little bit.
Hey man. Well,
we still have to see. Are we gonna calculate all experience points, or are we gonna do like win by win? Should we do both? Keep track of both.
How many wins predicted, and then how many points? Because the points is another thing. If we add, because you can add more points to some of them if you want.
Yeah, you're right.
We could do both.
That's why. Yeah, we could.
I'll win on both. That's fine. I'll win twice.
Yeah, well, most likely the winner of one will be the winner of both, but we'll see. So we could do like add up all the experience points, and then we can also do like winners of those nights, like rack up the nights. So you won one night.
I won one night.
Right. So we'll do it like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
However, I'm winning. So
that's easy.
However you want to tell me I've won or I'm winning.
It doesn't matter. There's like a form. You're gonna do it.
So yeah, I'm good.
You won't see him here next week.
Yeah, you probably won't.
No,
but just know, winner, loser.
That's just for one. That's a horrible Ace Ventura. Jim Carrey would be disappointed.
He probably would be.
And
that's why I scaled it back because I didn't want it to sound like.
Oh, you didn't want to outshine Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I didn't
right.
I didn't want to show. I didn't want to do a bad job. Of
yeah, right. That's what. No, yeah. You didn't want to. Yeah, right. So you did a horrendous job.
Your balls are showing. Bumblebee tuna. This goes on.
You're just not stopping. You're digging the hole.
Because I'm winning. I'm like Adesanya. I won. I leg kicked you. I beat you in this game. So far. Doesn't matter if I won by a little bit of points. You said that. Right?
That's true.
You didn't come and get me. You didn't pick Magni. That's on you.
We'll have a rematch. Tune in for the rematch. We'll see what you're gonna look busted.
America number one. Alright.
He lost the rematch. But alright guys, that was our episode, Scuffle episode 3. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Saga MC.
Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out.
Bye. Winner.
You get knocked out.